Hey, welcome back. It is Chris Niccolls here with PetaPixel. Today we are going to review the GoPro 12 Black Edition. I know you guys are like, oh, Chris, why are you reviewing GoPros? They're just silly action cams, but they're not. I mean, despite what GoPro's advertising might make you think, this isn't all about tubular surfing shots and radical BMX videos that get you totally stoked. These actually are used as family cameras. Jordan and I have taken the GoPro 11 Black out. We've used it for, family vacations and ocean stuff and pool stuff. And we've also used it for a lot of cinematic work where you need a small, compact, wide-angle camera to put, for example, in the cockpit of an airplane, just like we did in our documentary. So these absolutely have lots of uses for lots of people, and that's why it's worth taking a look at. Woo. So while we head down to the fishing spot, I thought I'd do a bit of vlogging. It's a good opportunity to talk about PicFlow. Now, we've talked about this next generation online gallery image collaboration software and how good it is, but the first 100 people get an exclusive PetaPixel discount. You get 50% off the software. But I also want to touch on some other interesting features that have to do with video. You see, just like you can do with photos, you can build these online galleries where you upload your videos, and then you can invite collaborators, editors, people to leave comments and make annotations. Up to 4K, you can actually write in the video, make tags, set up markers, choose selections. I mean, it's very powerful that way. Now, it is still in beta, but that means it's going to be final soon. And again, the first 100 people that want to order that also get 50% off. Now, let's just talk about our review situation here today first. So this is the only day that we could shoot today, and it is both smoky and rainy at the same time. I don't know how that happens, but the health index warnings are off the chart. Luckily, the GoPro is both rain and smoke proof, so it's going to be fine. We won't. Jordan took it out to the cabin, did some family stuff, got some good things. And today, I've got my fishing rod. Jordan's very unhappy. We're going to go fishing. So that's why I'm wearing my rainproof jacket and my waders. You're going to hear some rustling in the audio. Sorry about that. But I could be peeing my pants right now, and I'm the only one that would know. Now here's the 11, here's the 12. Externally, they're identical. I mean, same battery, same micro SD port, same USB-C ports. I mean, all the accessories are gonna work interchangeably across both of them. Now the 11, of course, had the classic just black rubber finish, but the GoPro 12 now has this blue paint finish, which is either supposed to be reminiscent of a field of beautiful stars in a faraway galaxy, or you left it on your garage floor and then you did some spray painting and it landed on it. Now, the GoPro 12 still has this sort of dual wing mounting system for all the GoPro accessories, but behold, they have made the arms of the wing slightly thinner to accommodate a thicker central portion there, which now has a 1/4-20 screw hole for standard universal tripod mounts. This is something we've been asking for, well, for centuries or whenever the GoPro was first invented, and it's finally here, built into the camera body. This is going to simplify using it on a tripod. This is going to simplify mounting situations, using it on selfie sticks without having to worry about a separate accessory. They should have done this so much more long time ago. Okay, so let's say you already have a GoPro 11 like Jordan and I do. Why move up to the GoPro 12? What's really changing here? Well, the first thing that I want to mention, we have the exact same sensor, okay? This is a 27 megapixel sensor for still photos, and you can shoot 5.3K video on both. However, the GoPro 12 does step things up, probably with a better processing unit, because the overall overheating threshold has been substantially improved. On the GoPro 11, you could shoot 45 minutes in 5.3K video. This you can now shoot up to 70, 75 minutes roughly in 5.3K video. That is a huge upgrade, and honestly, probably worth the price of admission alone. Now, battery life has been improved in other record modes slightly by about 10 to 15%. Now, there is a really cool upgrade in terms of field of view with the GoPro 12, and that's that they've added this new 2.0 ultra-wide adapter lens, bayonets on the front of the GoPro 12, and gives you an insanely wide 177-degree field of view. So, I mean, you just capture everything in front of you. There's even possibilities for doing neat 360 videos if you pair up two GoPros together. Now, the GoPro 12 has the exact same sensor. It's an 8:7 ratio sensor. It's almost square. And we really love this because it unlocks open gate recording. And what this basically means is you're recording this almost square footage, and then later you can decide if you want a horizontal composition or a vertical composition or leave it almost square. I mean, it's really nice that you have that flexibility. Now, also on the GoPro 11, you had the option to choose to shoot vertically or horizontally or square, but it was kind of buried down in the menus. The nice thing is now on the GoPro 12, when you go into into all your record modes, it's right there. You can very quickly choose what kind of composition you want, or you could just leave it square, do open gate, and that does unlock some very interesting potentials with their latest app, which we're going to talk about in a bit. Here's another big upgrade for the GoPro 12. So the GoPro 11 had Pro Tune, which was GoPro's flat profile. They've used it in many, many models before this. And it's just like a nice flat profile that can deal with contrasty light. You can grade it afterwards, get some nice results. Gives you fairly good dynamic range. But the GoPro 12 now has a brand new GP log format. So this log format is going to be flatter. It's going to give you more dynamic range. GoPro is going to provide some LUTs, but we haven't quite got them yet. They've got a package. But Jordan wants to hand grade anyway so he can see what it can do. And he worked on it at the cabin and said actually it was very easy to work with and he liked the results that he got. Okay, so while I set up my rod here, we're trying out actually a very interesting feature now new on the GoPro 12, and that is that it can connect to Bluetooth microphones, Bluetooth earbuds. So I got my Jabra 4 Elites in right now, and you're hearing me talk. Now it is mono only, and it's auto gain. You can't set levels, but the camera's recording both ambient sound around as well as what I'm talking about. The other cool thing is if I'm using earbuds, I also get audio feedback. Now, oddly enough, I cannot monitor audio while recording. That's kind of strange. But what I can do is I can hear when the camera starts and stops recording. It gives me an auditory beep for that. And then in playback, I can hear everything and monitor it in the earbuds after. This is a huge benefit. I mean, this is something that Sony and Panasonic should have been doing for so long in their mirrorless cameras, and it takes GoPro 12 to be one of the first to do it. Okay, so today is a great example of where you want a GoPro instead of a regular camera. Panasonic's in the bag. It is coming down like crazy. I'm sure Jordan looks like a wet rat right now, but I'm doing great, just in case you were worried. So yeah, GoPro's fantastic for this kind of environment where we just don't have to worry about the elements. So I want to talk about horizon lock. I apologize if I'm not looking at camera all the time. I have to watch my indicator. Nymphing's not pretty, but it is effective. So anyways, horizon lock was one of our favorite features on the GoPro 11. And it's because of that square-shaped sensor. So the idea is that the sensor will crop in fairly tight. You don't get a very big field of view, but if the camera moves side to side, the camera can just digitally readjust the composition so that the horizon stays level. And this is a really nice feature. I mean, if you're just scrambling over rough terrain on a selfie stick or something, the camera's kind of moving side to side, you don't get that erratic shake. The horizon stays nice and level. But even more extreme, if you were like a park skier or snowboarder and you do a flip or something like that with the camera on a selfie stick, the horizon stays the same, but the actual subject will totally flip. It's actually a really cool look. Or for fishing, maybe not as extreme. If I catch a fish in the net, as I go to scoop it up and the net moves side to side, you'll notice the horizon still stays nice and level. Okay guys, next thing I want to talk about is the stabilization here. Now just like the GoPro 11, this is digital stabilization only and it looks very comparable, but the GoPro 12 improves the Autoboost Stabilizer. The 11 had this, but the 12 seems to be more seamless. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run across those sharp rocks right there and pay attention to the horizon, because as I get moving faster, you're going to see that the frame zooms in a little bit tighter, but it looks very seamless on the GoPro 12. I really like how natural it is. Here we go, and either it's going to look heroic or I'm going to fall flat on my face. So as I run across these rocks here, it does zoom in tighter, but you still get that nice semblance of motion. It looks pretty natural. And then when I get to the end and I stand up here, we look at the horizon, you can see it just widens out again. Really nice, really effective. So the next upgrade I want to talk about doesn't necessarily have to do with the GoPro 12, but actually with GoPro's Quick app. It's a mobile-based app. You upload your GoPro footage to your phone, and then there you could do some minor edits and changes, but you could also just upload it to GoPro servers on the cloud, and then using machine learning technology, it would basically cut up and edit a little video for you from your footage, spit it back to you, and that was a really fun way to have a convenient clip ready to go. But now they've updated a little bit further. So what you can now do is, first off, not have to upload the footage directly to your phone. It can bypass your phone storage and go directly to cloud storage. That's nice because it fills up your phone pretty quick. But the other thing you do now is shoot open gate format on things like the GoPro 11 and GoPro 12. Shoot that 8:7 ratio, full 5.3K, and then you can make a ton of decisions afterwards using the app. Change your field of view, you know, change the amount of stabilization. You can do all of your stuff for vertical or horizontal crops. I mean, it's a really neat way to get more out of that open gate format. Well, hey, it turned out to be a pretty good day. I mean, look, it stopped raining here. We got to play with the GoPro, caught some fish, and George's not completely mad at me. He's just like a little bit mad at me. So all in all, I consider that a pretty good day. So, you know, the GoPro 12, I think you've probably gathered from this review, It's basically just taking what the GoPro 11 does and improving on things. And we basically have the same frame rates, right? We're getting 5.3K up to 60. Both cameras do that. We're getting that 240 frame per second, incredibly good slow-mo at 2.7K. I mean, these are really nice things. Still one of the main reasons why I think a GoPro is a great tool for anybody to use, not just for people interested in action and adventure. So yeah, is it worth upgrading to the 12, considering they've just kind of tweaked and improved everything a little bit? Probably not from an 11, but if I was looking for a new GoPro, or if I haven't upgraded in a while, then this does make a lot of sense. So the two big improvements for me have been the GP log recording they've added, and also that we now have this Bluetooth capability for microphones and for playback. I still wish we could monitor audio, but at least I can play back my clips afterwards and hear them in my earbuds. It was actually really handy to get the auditory signals through the earbuds for starting and stopping recording or turning the camera off. And I do also really like the fact that I was able to speak on camera and have it record. Now, I did mention earlier the GoPro has auto gain levels from microphone inputs, and with microphones it does a great job, but with the Bluetooth headsets, I was finding on my earbuds that I was getting pretty hot signals. I was clipping a lot, so I do still wish the GoPro 12 had an option to manually also set audio levels. So in conclusion, would it be nice if GoPro updated the sensor and improved the processing and just gave us a new camera every 2 years? Maybe, but whatever. I mean, we know we'll see another one here pretty soon. And if you don't want to miss that next year, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell, and then stick with us for a year, and then you'll see the GoPro 13, I'm sure. Otherwise, as always, leave your comments below. Let us know what you think about the improvements that we have on this camera. Check out our social media. Also, listen to our podcast. We'd love to have you join us there. It's right here on the channel, or you can go to all your favorite podcasting apps and find it there. Just search for PetaPixel Podcast, and maybe even give us a nice rating if you'd have the time. We'd really appreciate that too. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon. More from PetaPixel.